What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now I'm sure you guys have made a fool of yourself in many situations, but has it ever been in front of celebrity Abby Lee Miller? You know her, right? Dance Mom star, dance teacher, prisoner for bankruptcy fraud. Oh no? Well, I have. So on one of my other videos I asked you guys if you wanted to hear my story of when I met Abby Lee in like a dance workshop that I went to, and I got an overwhelming response of one person. So, you know what, since it's so requested, I'm gonna do it for you. Alright, so Abby Lee Miller has a TV show, if you don't know, and she's very famous for it because she's a dance teacher and she always seems to be super mean and like nasty with her students and stuff. Well, she has like a dance workshop, and they traveled all around the United States, and they came to El Paso, and so I went to it. It was about 3 years ago, and I remember getting there, and of course I was super nervous because I'm nervous all the time. I'm a nervous wreck. What? Okay. If you watch Dance Moms, you see a bunch of like screaming girls waiting in line as they get to like different competitions, and that was exactly what I saw. I get there and I see like a bunch of screaming girls in like a huge line in a hotel, and like I was freaked out. So whatever, she gets there, there's a big deal, everybody's taking pictures, and so I'm stretching, and I just remember thinking to myself, oh, don't make a fool of yourself today in front of her. Do not make a fool of yourself today. With her she had, I don't know if you know them, but it was Maddie Ziegler, the Dance Mom star, and she's famous now pretty much everywhere. Kendall something, and oh, Mackenzie, the little sister. And Abby was stretching us. She was like talking to us while we stretch, and I was, let me tell you, I've never stretched that well in my life. Not because she stretched us really well, but because I was trying so hard not to make a fool of myself that I was working extra hard. And I remember we were in our splits, and she was going around, and we were in our splits for a long time. So there I was like this, holding my split, just pretending like it didn't hurt, but it really did hurt really super bad. And she looks at me, I was like, oh, don't make a fool of yourself. Thankfully, she complimented me and she said that I had really good feet. If you're not a dancer, that might sound really weird to you, but like as a dancer, it's really important to have good feet, because like it's just like your feet are really important when you dance. And so yeah, I was really happy about that. That kind of like lightened my spirits up a little bit. And so whatever, we finished stretching. I was like super stretched, felt like Elastigirl over here. She was gonna teach us a dance, and then from there we're gonna do it in groups, which was my absolute fear back then, and is still now. I'm afraid of groups because I always feel like I'm gonna mess up, because I told you I am a nervous wreck. So we learned the dance, and it was hard for me. They were moving really fast, and like I was having such a hard time catching up. I probably just looked like a little fool, like in the back trying to figure out my legs and my arms. It was time for the dreaded groups. Now she split us up in groups. There were pretty big groups. I'd say like 10 people per group, where we had to freestyle in the beginning and freestyle at the end. And freestyling is not my strongest aspect when I dance, so I was freaked out. So I was just doing my thing, freestyling and whatever, lifting my leg, and I did the choreography. And then after that she would ask Maddie and Kendall and Mackenzie to cut people out. So like what she would do is she would like pick them, and she'd tell them to like not leave, but like go to the side. And oh, I was freaked out. And then she looked at me directly in the eye, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna get cut. She told me, I'm not gonna cut you, but stop looking at the ground, like stop dancing to yourself when you're freestyling. I want you to dance to us. And so I was like, whoo, thank the Lord Jesus. I was not cut. I brushed off my shoulders and I went to the side for the next group to go on, and I was done for that part, and I was happy with myself because I didn't get cut. And then so whatever, the next group went, and then she was looking, she was like, okay, did anybody not go? And then she looked at me again, she's like, did you go up already? Really? Like, you literally just told me not to dance to myself and you don't remember me? And let me tell you, there's not a lot of guys. So like, the fact that she didn't remember me after like 2 minutes, she didn't remember me. I was like, yes, I did go already. So she was like, oh, okay. And I was pretty proud of myself because I didn't make a fool of myself and I was good. But then she said, okay, all the remaining people line up in a line across. So I was like, oh, okay, what the heck is happening here? So we all go in a line, and there's a line of about, I'd say like 20 people. And she was like, okay, so next I want you guys to sing. What? Isn't this a dance workshop, not a singing workshop? I was barely prepared for dancing, nonetheless singing. Good thing she started on that end and I was on the other end. So like, she was going down the line and she would put the microphone to your face and then you just have to sing. Like, what the heck? I could not remember one stinking song. The only song I could think of was Happy Birthday and what was it? Oh, My Girl by The Temptations. Every other song in the universe out there, there are millions of songs. I could only remember one. And I was freaked out, and like, some people were killing it, some people were making it complete fools of themselves. And so I was like, oh shoot, what do? I guess I'm gonna have to sing My Girl. Like, she gets to me, and then I'm like, okay. And my voice is all shaky. I was a little kid. I sounded like a little 5-year-old girl. But I started singing. I was like, I got sunshine on a cloudy day. All that. And then, what do? I forget the lyrics. And then, so she was like, well, that was good until you forgot the lyrics. And then she moved on. I was like, great. I just messed it up for myself. She cut people. And was I one of the ones that were cut? No, she didn't cut me yet. And I was like, what? I completely forgot the lyrics of the song and you didn't cut me? So I was just thankful. I was like, alright, she didn't cut me yet. So we moved on. There was a smaller group. And she was asking people if they can do flips, and then she would go, and then they would cut, and then they cut, and then cut more people. And I was still there. And then comes another part. She brought this girl out to the front. And there was another guy there and me, and she asked me to go and lift her because guys lift girls in dancing. And so I was like, alright. I had like arms like this skinny. I was like pre-pubescent little kid, and I was like, okay. So I went, and she was in this thing called an arabesque. If you're a dancer, you know what an arabesque is. I grabbed her by her leg, and then I grabbed her by her waist, and I lift her like this. And then so she's like, alright, but you have to lift her above your head. And then so with my anxiety and all of like my nerves, and I just could not think. So I was like, above my head, how the heck do I do that? So what do? I like get on my tiptoes and I kind of like lift her a little bit more like this, instead of putting her down, grabbing her like differently, and then lifting her like this. No, I kept her like this, and I just kind of like did like this, and then so I put her down, and I was like, yep, that's it. Congratulations, Anthony, you messed up. So then the other guy went, and of course he lifts her all the way up and he holds her there. So I was like, well, darn it, I should have done that. I thought like, for sure she's gonna cut me now. I couldn't lift her and the other guy could. So what does she do? She cuts the other guy. What the heck? 3 rounds have gone by and I have not been cut. So then after that, she puts us in like this formation. There was like, at that time, there was like 7 of us now. Like out of everybody that was there were 7 of us, and I was still there. And I don't remember, she just started cutting more people. And then at the end, there were 5, and I was one of those 5. So then supposedly those 5 people were supposed to get like scholarships to go to the Abbey Lee Dance Company in LA. And so they took down our names and our emails, and they were supposed to send us like the scholarship or whatever, but they never did. I guess because of Abby's bankruptcy, fraud, she went to jail for all that. I mean, I don't really care about that. It's just like the thought of me making it to the end that's more worth the scholarship, I guess. And then after that we took pictures, and it was like I was on cloud 9 because the rest of the day I was happy. And to answer the question of is Abby as mean as she is on TV, she is scary. Let me tell you that. She's scary, and she's big. I feel like she's just strict in that she wants to help people grow, although sometimes she is like unnecessarily like passive aggressive sorta, but like other than that, she's a pretty good person. So if you like this story, make sure to give it a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Thank you for all the support. Make sure you keep subscribing, and make sure you keep on leaving me the thumbs up because it really like lets me know that I'm doing something right. If you have any other video suggestions, let me know. And yeah, thank you for watching, and until next time. Go, just like smile and pretend you're okay.